Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video I'm quite excited about. I'm actually going to be recreating my makeup look that I did for my final photo shoot as part of my makeup training at DFMA. I posted on Instagram last week or the week before and I did get a comment saying please can you recreate it on here. So that's what I'm going to do, and I plan to recreate it anyway, but yeah, I finally got the photos back and I'm so happy with how it turned out. If you watch my kind of vlogs during my training time, you'll kind of know the look that you're about to see because I did show you like me planning and stuff like that. But yep, I went and set a picture of here of the actual photos, or a couple of photos that I got back. I'm really happy. So it was kind of, for those who don't know, it was a kind of 60s feel kind of look. Kind of very basic skin, quite flawless, just a pop of blusher. I didn't put any highlighter on her, quite neutral nude lips, and it was more about the eyes. So it's kind of the classic line going through the crease, flicks, stuff going underneath as well, and I had this kind of floral monochrome pattern going on the lid. So that is what I'm going to be doing today, so I really hope you enjoy, and if you're interested then please keep watching. I'm going to start with the skin first, and I actually use more matte products on her face. It does look slightly glowy in the photo, but I think that's a flash photography because I did set the skin and everything, but I did go with matte face products. So I'm going to start with the e.l.f. Mineral Infused Primer. This is going to help blur everything out and mattify my T-zone area, which is what I want. For foundation, I'm going to go with my Gloss Exceptional Wear Foundation. This is a long-lasting, radiant one in porcelain. Now, on the show, I did use the DFMA foundation, which you know I'm not a huge fan of. But for the photo shoot, as she wasn't wearing it all day, it didn't matter too much. But I wouldn't wear that. I wouldn't use that for future things. So I'm going to take some of this. I'm going to use my Expert Face Brush from Real Techniques and just apply this all over the skin. Making sure I bring it right into the ear portion. Now the hair bit, I did do hair as well, but I kept it very simple. It was just a slicked back, low ponytail. I did have a very side, kind of extreme side parting. Apart from that, I kept it very simple because I really wanted the focus to be the eye portion. Okay, for the concealer, I'm going to go in my Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define. Pop this under my eyes and obviously on blemishes to get that really flawless looking skin. Now I'm just going to set everything using my Freedom powder. I did actually lightly set the entire face because I was going for, like I said, a more 60s feel. They do tend to have a slightly more of a matte finish to the skin. And then to finish off the skin, all I did then was go in with some blusher. So I'm going to take this blusher here. This is the B powder blusher in Make Me Blush. Now, I didn't go too heavy with blusher, just enough for it to show up in the photograph, but nothing over the top. Just a little pop. I'm taking my Luxie brush as always. Okay, so on to eyes, which was the main focus. Okay, so what I did first is I actually went in with some black eyeshadow. So this is the Makeup Revolution Flawless Matte Palette. And I mapped out the crease section here. So I was kind of going for a Peggy Moffat style with the eyes. And then jazzing up slightly. So Now the model I had the perfect eyes for which she had a lot more space than I do. So the key is to have the eye open and kind of map above the line. Now I do go in with liner in a minute to intensify it, but just to map out I used shadow just so it didn't go wrong. Let's see. And the key is this with the eyes open, just so you know you can be able to still see it when your eye is open, or at least when the model's eye is open. Okay, so once you've got your thing mapped out, then you can go in with eyeliner. Now, with my eyes, unlike hers, mine are very unsymmetrical, so they aren't the same shape, which makes it a bit harder to make them look even-ish, but it's fine. So now I've kind of got the shadow kind of mapped out where I want to go with, so now I can actually go in with eyeliner and intensify and really make it a bit bold and thicker. For this, I find pen eyeliner the easiest for this, so I'm going to use the e.l.f. pen eyeliner like this, and I'm just going to go ahead and kind of carefully follow that line. And I kind of do it in stages just to make sure it follows properly. And I did thicken it up as well. So kind of once you've got your line down, you go ahead and thicken up. Now I grant you this looks a bit crazy to begin with, but it should all, hopefully, come together. I'm just going to do a winged liner. I kind of made it relatively thick, especially when it got towards the outer section. Start with the flick first. And get it so it almost joins, but not quite. I don't want it to join with the line that goes up there. Now the key was to get the right kind of thickness, because obviously 60s wings can be quite thick and extreme, but I wanted there still to be enough room for me to do the flowers in the middle section. So for a true 60s look you would have gone a lot more extreme than what I did, but just so I could fit all the elements in, I wanted to be kind of like, keep it relatively tame. And I did bring it down here as well, to give that kind of cat eye effect. So I'm going to quickly do the wing on the other side. I'm going to quickly do the bottom lash line, the lower lash line, sorry. So literally I drew a line connecting the inner cat eye here up to this wing here. And then I put a white eyeliner in the waterline, so I'm just going to do that. And I tried to keep it as thin as I could with the lower lash line. So the white eyeliner I'm going to take is the MUA eyeliner, pencil eyeliner. I'm just going to fill in my waterline. Now for the tricky part, and actually popping the flowers on the lid. I kind of didn't have a plan for this. I didn't like map them out, so it wasn't even on both sides. I just kind of went for it and popped flowers everywhere. I did like a full petal round type of flower, so I'll just have to see how this goes. And not all flowers on show, so some were like masked into the wing liner or into the cut crease. I have to say, it's a lot easier to do this on someone else than it is yourself. This pen is slightly drying out, which doesn't help, but hey. Right, I'm going to try it because this pen is drying up on me. Let's try a liquid liner. This could be really bad. This is 100% pure black tea liquid liner. Might be slightly easier to use. Slightly easier to use. It's still not the best, but hey. And we on to the other eye, then I'll kind of go in with concealer and neaten up that one that I've really messed up. And then I did fill in some of them as well, but I'll come to that in a second. Then I'm going to take some black eyeshadow again. Oh, and then fill in a few of them, not all of them. I kind of like filled some of them in and left some of them blank. But I did this with shadow, so it wasn't like full on intense, although I may go in with some shadow actually. Or liner. And again, I had no specific design as to which ones were going to be filled in and which ones not. I kind of did them, I guess, a little bit random. And then I did actually, with the ones I didn't fill in, add a circle in the middle. Although you can't really see. I'm not gonna lie, this was so much neater on the model, but I think it's just one of those things, it's actually easier to do on someone else's eye because you can have the eyes closed and stretch the eyes, the skin stretches out and they won't blink, whereas obviously I need to keep my eyes open to try and attempt this. But this is, I think, as good as it's going to get for me. Then I did go in with some lashes. So I went in, I'm going to go in with the Ardell Wispy Lashes. Also quite fluttery, but you can still see the design as well. Okay, now I'm just going to go in with some mascara just to blend the lashes with my natural and to do the lower lashes with my Gosh Rubber Eyes mascara. And that is the eye portion done. Like I said, it was much harder to try and do it on myself than it was on the model, and it went wrong a little bit, I have to say. A bit smudgy in areas, but it is what it is. So now on to lips. I kept it very, like I said, nude, a pinky nude colour, matte again. So I'm going to go with my Sleek Matte Me liquid lipstick in Petal. And that is the makeup look complete. So this is what I did for my final photo shoot, where so I can complete my makeup training. Obviously, like I said, the model had much better eyes for this look. I'll insert the pictures again for you to see, but it worked out so much better on her than it has on me. I have to say, it was a lot harder to try and do the flowers on myself. But it was really fun. I'm so happy with how the photos turned out and the whole idea of my look turned out. So I was really pleased with that. So I really hope you've enjoyed this video. I know it's not the most wearable look at all, but I just thought it was quite fun to recreate the look. And yeah, so thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in my next video.